Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Young, a research scientist and author. I wrote this book, The pH Miracle. And the reason I wrote this book is because I want to describe a new way of living, eating, and thinking. I have discovered that in order to sustain life and to have an energetic, vital, fit body, that one has to be maintaining the alkaline design of the body and realize that all functions of the human organism are acidic. Breathing, thinking, what we eat, even what we drink produces or presents acids that can make us sick and tired. And so I've been published now in over 29 different countries and have lectured at all the major universities. And one of the things I love to talk about is water. And the reason why I like to talk about water is because that's really what we are. We are a bag of water with a little mineral in it. And when you think about that thought that we are a bag of water, when we were born, we were 90% water. We were 8% fat. And we're about 1 to 2% minerals. And that becomes depleted. We become dehydrated. And this is when we start experiencing sickness or disease, or fatigue and tiredness. We need to learn how to reestablish that alkaline design of the water. One of the metaphors that I have in the book is a fishbowl metaphor. And it starts out with this question. The question is, if the fish is sick, what would you do? Would you treat the fish, or would you change the water? Now think about that question again. If the fish is sick, what would you do? Would you treat the fish, or would you change the water? Now the obvious answer, or the common sense answer, would be, well, of course, Dr. Young, you would change the water, realizing that the fish is only as healthy as the water it swims in. And that is the point that I want to make, that the cells of your body that make up your organs and tissues are only as healthy as the water that they are bathed in. The single most important thing that any of us must do or should do is to maintain that alkaline design and drink the proper water, the proper healthy, alkalized, and energized water. But there's water everywhere, but not a drop to drink, and the reason why is because our waters have become polluted. But now there is a source of water that is 3,000 feet deep that is being pulled up just off the coast of Hawaii, 3,000 feet underneath the surface of the ocean. We now have access to pure, clean, alkaline, energized or ionized water. Water that will restore health, energy, and vitality to our bodies. So I do a lot of different experiments. And one of the experiments I love to do is show that energy. Because, you know, a picture says 1,000 words. If you could actually see this energy, I believe that you'll begin drinking this very important substance that is mined from the Hawaiian coastline, 3,000 feet deep. This high energized, alkalized water that will, I believe, give you more energy and life. So I call it the light meter. And this light meter, if this water that I'm talking about conducts energy and life force, we would be able to light up this light. I'd like to start out this experiment by testing some of the more popular brands that are on the market. So I've developed this little meter here, this light meter, and we're going to test a few of the popular waters to see whether or not the water will actually conduct electricity or has any sort of electron concentration to provide energy for our body. Because water is not only just a source for hydration, but it's also a source for energy. So let's go ahead with the experiment. Here's my first water, very popular water. In fact, I see it everywhere. Let's just see if this water will light up my light. Now I'm using a 40-watt light bulb, and this is a probe that I'll put into the water to see if the light will light. Now, if this water contains electricity or electrons or energy, it should conduct electricity and the light bulb should go on. So Fiji water doesn't light my light. Let's go to the next popular water. This water you're familiar with is Dasani. Let's see if it contains any conductivity or ions, electrically charged ions, that will light up my light. Once again, the Dasani water doesn't light up my light. As we think about this, I want you to be contemplating water in a whole different way. Water in a way that not only hydrates the body and every cell in the body, but think of yourself as a body of water. Just as when you were born, 90%, ideally that balance from 70 to 30%, that it's significant that we maintain hydration, but within that water contains electrons or minerals that will conduct electricity. Let's see if the SmartWater will do that. Once again, we find a water that is deficient in life force or deficient in energy. And I think that's a significant point when you're looking at the best water to buy and the best water that you're going to put into your body, thinking it once again, not only for hydration, but for energizing. So now we have the Dasani deep sea Hawaiian water. This water is extracted from below the ocean, 3,000 feet from the ocean surface. The water source begins at Greenland, goes under South Africa, goes under the point of South Africa to the south shores of Australia, wraps around and comes right up to the Hawaiian Islands. 3,000 feet deep, we access this high, dense, rich mineral source of water. And we maintain that richness, over 91 minerals that we've identified in this water. And the wonderful thing about this water, it's free of contaminants and it is ionized, which means it carries a life force of energy that will light, let's see, my light. Here we go. There it is. You see, this is the kind of water that we're looking for. This is the kind of water that we want to be ingesting. We want to light up our life, then we need to put in our bodies the water that will provide the magnesium, the sodium, the potassium, and the calcium, 4 foundational elements that are critical to life, that haven't been taken out, filtrated out, but have remained in this natural state to be able to ionize and energize our bodies, bringing it back to life. This is the water that I recommend, and I hope you'll consider drinking this. Give it a try. You'll actually feel the difference. Dasani Hawaiian Deep Sea Water. Salud. Tastes clean, tastes pure, and will provide the energy and life force for the body.